everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And this is Tina from Mommy's Play 2, and here we are with another episode of The Sims 4 with my favorite Sim family, the Blackmon family, in my All My Daughters series. And in last part, there were lots of bombshells that were hitting the fan. I don't know what you want to call it, but it was really getting crazy and hot in here. And basically what was going on is Christa has finally revealed what we had not expected. And I don't know if some of you had expected this, but if you did, go ahead and leave a message in the description box below so we can chat this up. But basically, Christa has announced that Lorenz is actually the father of her son, Brennan. And so I don't think that you guys would have guessed this, but yeah, Brennan's father is Lorenz. He is a Blackmon. And so, it's just crazy. It's so crazy that, she kept him away from being, he could have had so much more. And so it's kind of sad that she would do something like this to him. It's really sad, but now that it's out in the open, at least with the PI here, what will Christa do with this information now? Will she reveal to Brennan who his dad is, or will she keep it a secret even longer? I guess we'll have to find out, guys. So I try my best to keep these two away from each other, but it seems like they just keep running into each other. And so if you have been watching my series, and if you are new to my channel, I would definitely say go back to watching from the beginning, because these two have been at each other's heads since the beginning. And so basically, Lonnie does not trust this girl here. She does not like Kai Lee. And I think that as you guys have watched the episodes and you've really been following my channel and my All My Daughters series, you will know why she does not trust her. And she actually happens just to be walking down the street, and here's Kai Lee, and they just started going at it and just start arguing. And the funny thing is that Kai Lee actually wanted to kind of make amends, but I don't think that, Lonnie is ready for that. She's definitely not ready for that. And I would not blame her. I know why. I know why that she's not ready to, really become friends with her. And I mean, it just shows, Kai Lee is, I don't know. Kai Lee is not to be trusted right now, guys. You've already seen what she's doing to Lorenz, and I think that Lonnie has known it from the beginning. And she is just telling her, hey, don't try to talk to me now, me against my dad. And I just don't like you. I don't like you. And now you are trying to ruin my family. I'm not going to let you do it. I'm not going to let you do it. And I'm going to let you know right now. I'm going to let you know right now that I know what you're doing. I know right now. And I saw what you and Brennan were doing. Yeah. Telling Lonnie, I don't know what you're talking about. This information, whatever you're trying to put out there into the universe, is untrue, and I would never cheat on your dad, and especially with Brennan. I mean, why would I cheat on him with Brennan? And I was there alone that night. I was by myself, and I don't know what you're talking about. And Chloe is your dad's daughter, okay? Hold on. I am not cheating on your dad. I'm not cheating on your dad, and you can take that information and you can shove it. I would never do something that terrible. And so Lonnie is thinking to herself, you know what? Yeah, you were acting all goody two-shoes, but yeah, you already have tried to destroy my family, and I don't care what you say. I would never cheat on your dad. I know for a fact that you had went to his bedroom that night and you were cheating on my father with Brennan. He walked in that room and you never told him to leave. And I know you didn't, because I never seen him leave that night. And you are cheating on my father with Brennan. And who knows, that baby probably isn't even my father's. So now that she knows that Lonnie is on to her, I wonder what Kai Lee will do now. I'm wondering what Lonnie is thinking. I'm wondering if Lonnie is going to, reveal this information to her dad. Her and her dad have not been speaking for weeks. She's just laughing because she's saying to herself, like, if dad only knew, this girl is such a terrible person. She's such a terrible person. And if you only knew. So it's a typical evening in the Blackmon residence, and everyone is just, kind of chilling out and doing their own thing. And, Christa is just kind of thinking about her meeting with the detective today, Jean Howard, and how everything went. And, she is starting to feel, even worse. She knew that her decision to give away Brennan years and years ago, to her was the right decision. I mean, here she was, she would have been a single mom, no money. And, she had gotten this opportunity to work at the Blackmon home, and she did get really close with Lorenz. But, when she found out that he was married and everything that was going on, she just felt like the best thing to do would be to, give up Brennan and go on with her life, and hopefully he would have a better one. She felt that telling Lorenz that she was pregnant wouldn't help the matter. She felt that it would even make it even worse. And to top it off, she was even friends with the girl's mother, Lila and Lonnie and Lyra's mom. So she didn't want to, rock the boat, as we say. And, over the years, she still has had, thoughts of being with their dad. She really did, become to love and care for Lorenz. And I think, that's part of why she is still here, and she's still helping the family out and helping raise the kids and everything, because she almost sees them as being her own. The only problem is, she really didn't get to live her life. She was so busy helping, Lorenz and his family. And when the girl's mother went missing, she really even helped even more. And it never gave her a chance to have her own life. And so, so I don't know, guys. I just don't know what she is going to do with this information. But I'm sure that if she comes out and tells the truth, I'm sure that it'll be for the best. So Lyra actually just finished performing at the Dance Utopia, and her and her sisters are just hanging out in Windenburg and just having a good time. She's actually having now a dance party, kind of like an after party. She did really good, and she's just so excited about her career and where it's going right now. And so, she's just out here talking with her sisters, just chopping it up. And she wanted to talk to Lonnie because she saw how upset Lonnie has been acting lately. And so she just wanted to know what was going on, And, they're trying to convince Lonnie to, call and talk to dad. They want them to, kind of get back together. And, Lonnie is saying, in due time, I will talk to dad. But right now, I just need to focus in on myself and my marriage. But you know what? Thank you for, coming to me and being so concerned. So yeah, I'm hoping also that her and her dad are able to talk, and that they're able to hash out any problems that they had. And she's just like, she's a little bit upset too, because of the fact that her father hasn't reached out to her as well. So it's just one of those things where, families just have to learn how to get along. And, hopefully she will be able to, get back into her dad's good graces, I guess. But we'll see how that plays out. So the party is really jumping off, and everyone is just hanging out and having a good time. And if you come to a Blackmon party, you're going to have a lot of fun. And yeah, this party is definitely a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. And so, yeah. So, this is really interesting that, everyone is in the same place. You know, that we've been having a lot of drama that's been going on with Lonnie and with Kai Lee. And so, Kai Lee is just been such a problem for Lonnie, and Lonnie just wants her gone. She doesn't care how, she just wants her gone. And so she wants to sit here and she's talking with Brennan, and she just wants to know from Brennan, what is going on? What is going on with what's going on with this girl? What's going on with Kai Lee? And how do you know her? So they're going to go get some peace and quiet. And yeah, she wants to know. So they're going to go upstairs actually and just kind of have a chat, because she's really, really interested in, what this Kai Lee is really about. And, she's already kind of seen it for her own eyes, but she wants to know what Brennan's thoughts are. She wants to know. She just wants to get a feel, she wants to get a feel if Brennan is really, really, really a good guy, or does he have something to do with this problem. I saw you the other night coming out of Kylie's room, and I just wanted to know what's going on with you two. So Brennan tells her, he's saying, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just kind of staying clear of everything. I know that you and your dad have had a lot of problems, but to drag me into it, Lonnie, and say that I'm sleeping with his wife is just out of this word. Like, man, that is not cool. And she is saying, I'm just calling it as it is, Brennan. I'm just calling it as it is. And he's saying, no, I'm out of here. That is not true about this, and I don't want to hear nothing else about it. Lorenz sits in his office. He's really become really sentimental these days, especially since him and Lonnie haven't been talking. And this has been about the third time that he has looked at his phone and just trying to see if there's been any missed calls. And he's just, he's a dad and he loves his daughter, and he feels, he's really upset at the fact that, he hasn't been able to, do all of the things and be the dad that he has wanted to be. And when I say that, I mean that he feels as if he's failed her in some way. He's failed his daughters, and he's failed his wife, He wants everyone to get along, and for some reason, it's just not happening. It's just not happening. And so, Lorenz is sitting down here. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and Kylie is telling him, babe, come to bed. What is the problem? Why are you down? And, he's just telling her, I'm hoping that, me and Lonnie's discussion the other night kind of went a little, not the way that I wanted it to. It didn't go the way I wanted it to. And I'm just hoping that our relationship. Looks like Lyra just woke up from a nap, and she really wanted to talk with her dad before he went off to work, and she went off to the fashion house, and she just wanted to talk to him. She wanted to kind of brighten his day. She knows that he's been really down since he hasn't been talking with Lonnie. And so she knows her dad, and she knows that he is very, very sensitive and everything, and that he loves them. He loves his girls, but he just doesn't know how to express his feelings sometimes. And so sometimes his feelings can come off a little bit mean, a little bit crazy. And so, he really wants to, Lonnie really, really wants a relationship with her dad. And I think that's what Lyra is really trying to tell her dad. Lonnie loves you, Dad. Lonnie loves you. She cares for you. And I really think that this is silly. You guys have not been talking for weeks now. And I think that, you guys need to just kind of come together and just squash this. And, he's telling her, baby, your sister has always been there. She's always trying to help the family out. But sometimes she just doesn't know how to stay in her own lane. She doesn't know how to mind her own business. And that's what, Dad is basically saying, that, she's too much into his love life, and, she needs to understand that he's married, and so that's what he's telling his daughter. And then, Lyra accidentally slips up and says, see, you should have really been there at the wedding. And then Dad says, what do you mean wedding? And so, oh boy, here's another. She said, oops, I wasn't supposed to tell you about that. But yeah, I'll let Lonnie tell you. And he said, what do you mean wedding? Who would she be getting married to? And so, she basically says, well, she got married to Dee. Didn't you know? Didn't you know that they were getting married? And he's like, no, I did not know that Lonnie was getting married to Dee. I never knew they even had an interest in each other, let alone why would she be interested in Dee? Now, Lyra feels a little funny that she has told Dad that, Lonnie has gotten married. But, she just is saying to Dad, Dad, I know you guys have your issues, but I just want you guys to make amends. We need our family back together. And with my birthday coming up, I definitely don't want to see you guys, not talking, because I like to get a lot of nice gifts, and I want the whole family to be there. I want the whole family to be there, and I want you guys to be talking. I definitely want that to happen for the family. I mean, you guys really make the family what it is, I never knew Mom, and Lonnie has always been there for me. And, Dad is saying, well, you can go and visit her, But now that she's gotten married and you've told me this information, it just even makes it worse that, this is my daughter. We worked closely at Legendary Records together, and she couldn't even tell me that she was getting married or that she would even think about getting married. I'm so angry with her, and I can understand what he's saying. I mean, I would be angry too. It would be very upsetting to know that, one of your daughters are now married and they didn't invite you, they didn't tell you about it, and all because, you guys weren't talking. And he's saying, I just really think that she did it to despise me. She knows how I am, and she knows that I would not approve of this marriage. And now that she's married, I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I hope our relationship can be repaired. So here Brennan is. He was able to actually get into the jewelry safety room. This is a prized possession room for Lorenz. Like, he lets no one in here. And it was surprising to, Brennan that he even let him see these jewels in here. He doesn't know if it was a test that, Lorenz was doing on him just to see how loyal he could be, or to just kind of like show him the jewelry to see and let him know that maybe one day he could have something like this. But from the sketchy past of Brennan and the way that he was raised, he only is known about taking things, and to, he just doesn't know any way better. He doesn't know better. And so, he looks at these jewels and he just knows that if he took these jewels tonight, that he could take these jewels to his boss and get at least $500,000 for them, or 500 simoleons rather, for taking these jewels. And so, the kleptomaniac in him wants to take this, but all of a sudden he hears a voice, and it's Kai Lee, and she says, what are you doing? What are you doing in here? And he's laughing. He said, oh, just looking, somehow I was able to get in this door and I don't know what happened. And so, so he comes over to her and he's trying to smooth it over and act like, nothing is up or whatever. But I think that, she kind of knows, like, something's up with you. I don't know what it is, but something is up with you. So, yeah. So let's see. Let's have them have a deeper conversation, because they definitely need to get down to the nitty gritty of things, in a sense, or however you would say it. But, there's some things that they need to discuss. So, she has actually come down here and she said, I was actually looking for you. And she said, I just wanted you to know that, I am just really, really upset about what's been going on. And he's saying to himself, he's saying, to her, what are you so angry about? What are you so angry about? You should be happy. You have a new baby here. What's the problem? And, Kai Lee is telling him, I think that, I think that Lonnie is onto us. I think that she knows that we've been sleeping together, and I'm just so upset about it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, and I'm just at my wit's end. And Brennan is telling her, don't worry about it. Everything is going to be okay. I have your back, and no one's going to mess with you. Not while I'm around. No one's going to mess with you. And so, she's saying, I don't know what I would do without you. I don't know what I would do without you. You've been here for me when no one was. And, I really do care for you about that. I really do care for the fact that you were there for me. And don't you ever forget it. And he was like, and, he's saying to her, I really care for you. And so in that moment, she's telling him, you can't care for me. Caring for me is like the worst thing that you can do. And, Brennan is telling her, the more and more that I see you, the more and more that we are together, the more and more that I am falling for you. I am definitely falling for you, and I can't see myself being without you, And so, Kai Lee is feeling bad right now because she's actually torn. Look at her face. Like, she's torn. Like, she's literally falling for Brennan. Let me do a better look on her. She is definitely falling for Brennan, and Brennan is falling for her. And they need to figure out what they're going to do. Is he going to, really, is he going to leave the family? Is he going to follow what his boss's needs and wants are and take this jewelry and run? Or is he going to, stay with the family, not abandon Kai Lee, and really help with what could be his daughter? I don't know, guys. We will see. We will see. And I will see you guys in the next part. So later that morning, Christa and Brennan are just sitting down for breakfast and, just catching up on, times that were lost. And, he's starting to ask her more and more questions, especially since, baby Chloe has come along and he's not really sure if it's his baby or not. But he definitely, if it has to come down to it, he is definitely willing to take up his responsibilities as a parent. And, Christa is just telling him, son, I really hate that I gave you up for adoption. I wish that I could have changed it. I wish that I could have done better. I was young. I was a young mother, and I really just didn't even know how to take care of myself, let alone a baby. And so I had just started working here with the Blackmons, and I didn't want to ruin your life. I wasn't getting paid much. I was the only one that was getting room and board here, and I just wanted a better life for you. And so he's saying, I was upset at first. I was definitely upset, but when I found you and I found out how nice of a person you are, I just couldn't imagine myself not, being mad at you and not giving you a second chance. And I think that, she feels a little bad. I definitely think that, Christa feels bad because she knows deep down that, Brennan could have had a better life. Maybe Lorenz would have been supportive and would have helped take care of him, and would have been there for Brennan. But she just didn't want to mess up a happy home. And so she ended up, feeling as if she sacrificed her own life, for the sake of Lorenz and his family. And so at times, she does feel bad. She definitely does feel bad. And so, something's come over her. And, I really think at this point that, she wants to come clean. So she wants to, she basically wants to tell Brennan. She definitely wants to tell Brennan. And, she's thinking right now that just maybe, that telling Brennan would be the best thing. Telling Brennan about this situation, about the fact that, that Lorenz is his father. And so, as she sits here and she stands before him, she says to him, there's something that I have to tell you.